T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's get ready to sucker!
Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Oh, big time, big time, big time, big time. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of crime. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Lot of shine, smoky in the air, that's a lot of crime. Pockets running over with the dollar signs. Try and take it from me. Big time. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind. Oh, I'm big time, lot of shine. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try and take it from me, from me, from me, from me. Big time, number 9. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. The numbers, that's a lot of grind. Try and take it from me, must be out your mind.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. Scotty, how do you have running point still up on your screen?
I do
we can't
not
see your face.
Yeah.
We're stuck here. I'm gonna pop out whenever we do this. I don't think Dave knows how to click it off.
And do you notice something I just noticed real quick? We're all wearing black.
Back in black, man. It's a funeral coming.
It's the Browns' funeral. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Scotty and I have been talking about this for hours today. We'll get Scotty situated here. While we do that, let's get to our national day that it is. It's Dear Diary Day. So the question that I have for you gentlemen is, what would your first Dear Diary entry read if someone were to pick up a journal or diary of yours after you had left, or I don't know, just left it laying around somewhere? What would be an off the beaten path Dear Diary that you would leave? Doesn't have to be necessarily real. And we can spice this up if you want to do it for each other. I think that might be more fun. So how about this? How about I do one for Scotty, Scotty does one for me, and you guys each do one about each other for a Dear Diary. Let's start with Scotty. Scotty, what would my Dear Diary entry read if I left my diary behind.
If you left your diary behind,
Or
I
journal
think,
if we're going to man it up.
if we're gonna man it up and go with the journal, I think it would say, "Dear Diary, I love Scotty's devotion and passion, but in many times I believe he can be delusional and also spikes my blood pressure." So that's what I feel like it would be.
Oh, you're not far off. You're not far off. You got me going today, that's for sure. Scotty, I think yours would say, "Dear Diary, today I saw Baker Mayfield in a towel, and it got me extremely excited. So I decided that I was going to put him in the top 10 of all quarterbacks just based off his chest hair, not based on his actual quarterback rating. That's all for now. Loves and kisses, X's and O's. Love, Scotty."
Good one, DJ. He did only throw 2 incompletions the last game, so just throwing that out there.
Yeah, Colt McCoy's done that before.
All right, Paul, you're up.
Wow, for Billy. All right. Dear Diary, after many years of contemplating what I needed to do with my life, I've finally made an honest woman out of Kate, and she took me out. That's it.
Ain't that a...
Yep. All right, this ought to be good.
Well, I was going to go with something really nice and awesome, but now I feel like I need to go at Paul Munson. Dear Paulie.
What was wrong with that?
Dear Paulie.
I'm writing to myself in my own book.
Yes. One day you will get a ring, but will never be a head coach. But JV doesn't count.
Dang.
Period.
This turned
Wow.
into, we're just going to crap on everybody. All right.
Damn
But I
it.
love you.
Love, XOXO.
I love myself.
Well, I didn't think there was any doubt about that. I think everybody knows Paul loves Paul. Paul, who are you showing off today? What's the polo today? Can we get some love? Free promo?
No, it's just I just wore it because I was wearing all black today. So, no.
Oh my goodness.
No, they don't get any free pub. They fired the person I got this shirt from. So,
That's not good.
no.
That's not good at all. You want to talk about sellout? Hey, I'm on a show from 3 to 4 every day. I'm gonna wear the shirt that they fired whoever it was. Crazy. All right, it's today's Would You Rather. Yesterday we did what? The yacht versus the
Jet.
jet, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather give up all drinks except for water, or give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven? Ooh. Would you rather give up all drinks except for water, or give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven? This is a tough one.
Naughty.
But it is brought to you by our friends at Baird Brothers. Find hard woods like Would You Rather. I feel like I still need to explain that because some people don't understand the pun. Billy, what are you thinking?
To me, this is simple because I'm a man. I'm a manly man. I'm the man's man, right? So I can use the grill. I can use an open pit. Just give me a little spark and some flint, and I'm good to go. I can create fire. Like, I'm good. I don't need to be in the oven. I got a smoker. I can use that. So I'm not giving up drinks, period.
Is a smoker considered an oven?
No. It's a smoker.
An oven's using gas.
No, not always.
Or electric.
Yeah. I don't. I feel like I can create fire. Is a smoker a degree of a grill?
I think so, yeah.
More or less. It's kind of in between an oven and a grill with the smoke that you get from it.
So it's like an either or, right? Because I don't know anything else other than a grill or an oven.
I would put it more like a hybrid. So it's really like in between. Because you don't necessarily have the flames like you would for a grill.
So it's a groven.
It's a smoker.
Grubbin.
Paul, what would you pick?
100%. I'm with Billy. I mean, listen. I mean, I don't have to use an oven. I mean, look, you can cook burgers and hot dogs and steaks and chicken. You can cook all your meats on a grill or a smoker, exactly. And the oven. I mean, you'd miss out on like a lasagna or something like that you'd have to put in the oven. But I mean, pizza. My daughter's in the background saying pizza. No, you get a brick oven. One of those brick kind of grill ovens. You can do it right there. So
that's an oven. It's in the word.
Okay. When I think of oven, I think the thing in my kitchen. Not like if I had I had a lot of money and had a pizza oven outside. That would be a little different. But listen, I'm fine with that. All right, stick me to the grill then. The grill or a smoker all day long. I can't give up the drinks either.
EB says cooked in the oven. I have a smoker and flat top. Unless you're Billy, then you might want to cook your ribs in the oven before the smoker, and the smoker would fall under a grill. Okay, so he's
like, can you imagine like watching the Browns and watching Baker throw interception after interception and not being able to have a beer afterwards? On you, Scotty.
What you got?
I want to, we could fight later, Billy Mack, but I would probably, I don't know. This is a really tough one, but I guess I've gone without eating before. Like, as much as I love food, I've tried like the diet and stuff like that, and I've been semi-successful with it. But this thing, only water, I've never been successful. So I'd have to agree with everyone else. And I can't give up the drinks, man. I'd give up the food, though.
Welcome, Rob Mush, into the Power Hour today. Rob, today's would you rather give up all drinks except for water, or give up eating anything that was cooked in an oven?
That's an easy one. I'll fry my steak on a pan as long as I can still drink Coors Light. I'm cool.
So I think it's going to be a sweep here.
Mostly the others, you're talking about baked goods. I mean, I can technically live without pastries. I mean, I'm not saying I want to. I mean, look at me. But what I'm saying is, if I can use a frying pan, we're still good.
So here's the only thing that I can't get on without is pizza. And pizza is cooked in an oven, no matter which way you look at it. I've only seen pizza cooked on a grill one time, and it did not taste like pizza. It tasted weird. So I think I'm gonna have to give up on I'll just drink water. I'll just drink water. Because I can't give up on pizza. That's the one thing. Look at Paul just explaining the situation.
Do you think Jeff Bezos is on that last comment?
I don't know what the heck they're talking about.
I'm just like, the ones that are in capital letters, like something's off there. Maybe a miss.
They spelled Drew right, and that's the one thing that tipped me off about not being Jeff Bezos.
Well, they also misspelled Ursuline.
Oh, good point.
When your title is called The You Irish and you misspell Ursuline, that's probably not a good thing.
I don't know. I mean, what are they even talking about? Ursuline and 4.
D4?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of just words together. I don't even know if it's a proper sentence.
Well, so I guess what it is are all those teams in Division 4?
I think so. Beaver Local is. We've been hearing about that ever since everybody wants.
In Salem, West Branch. I think they're just saying all those teams and players are in D4, and it doesn't matter that Ursuline's there and he's going to beat them all.
And you can't leave out the U in Ursuline. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, hello, duh.
Yeah, I'm amazed at the way sometimes people spell that. I've seen people spell it URS.
ALINE.
Yeah, they put an A in there. It's Ursulin, and I'm like,
there's a professional that does that, and it drives me bananas. It drives me absolutely ludicrous because it's not disrespectful, but like if you're going to cover a team, please know how to spell their name, and even more so, please know how to say their name. I can't tell you, every time I hear East Palestine, I just...
If we didn't have anything for the oven, we wouldn't have
We can hear everything your daughter is saying.
I know. She's mad if we didn't have an oven, she couldn't have butter buns. Because how would you make rolls? That's Avery.
Tell Avery I said to can it.
Yeah. Do your homework.
Daddy's on a television show right now.
Tell her I said what he said. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Damn it. Doing a show.
But yeah, I didn't understand it. I left it up there for a minute, seeing if anybody would poke at it. I don't
really understand what the statement is. So,
because here's the thing, they go from like players on teams to teams. Like it's like they didn't do their homework on Gerard or Beaver Local for players, so they're just gonna throw them out there. Okay, hey, best of luck to you. Like, well, I'm not saying
it sounds like the punchline is like doesn't matter. Ursulin's in Division 4. Like that's like the punchline, which I would agree. But I mean that's why they play the game.
That's it, man. I mean, I think we've all learned that we are 1 week away from a team.
No doubt. And nobody knows better than Ursulin, by the way. So.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, that drives people absolutely bonkers. And, I'm sitting here with my last name is literally Mush. It could be Mush, it could be Mosh. Again, we were talking about yesterday. It could be Douche, whatever. The people, like, for example, when I was calling some of the games last year, I mean, my phone was getting blown up telling, saying, hey, tell homeboy, if he says Dillian or whatever again, they're going to go crazy because his name was Dylan or whatever. But it drives people nuts. And it's like, is it really the end of the world? I mean, hey, we're trying over here. We're not purposely doing this. So, let us get it right first, and then we'll come back to that.
No.
The best for my name is when people call me McCarthy. It's like there's not even an H in my damn name. Like I have hello, Paul McCartney. People have heard the last name McCartney before. I guarantee it.
Wasn't he famous?
How do what button do I do to remove?
That's even like last week when I was I knew TC Caffey is his name, but when I went to start saying Caffey, I also went to start saying McCaffrey. And because I'm just automatically associating the two, because we all know who Christian McCaffrey is. But when you hear a name like that, it starts getting in your head a little bit too. So,
I'm with you. Sometimes you're ahead, and I had this problem when I was going like up through grade school. Your brain's like 4 steps ahead of what your mouth's coming through, and you have to slow it down. So you're gonna say, the runner is on for a 5-yard gain or whatever, or Dominguez with a 5-yard gain, and you come out and say DeMar, it just kind of mumbles out your mouth, and people get all over you for that. That's another thing I wanted to talk about today, by the way. We noticed.
I skip words.
You skip words.
I skip words when I'm typing because I think I said that. I'm saying it in my head, and I'm typing, and then I'll look, and I totally skipped a word, and I'm like, wow, shit, I need to go back and say that word again because I'm saying what I want to type, and you just skip over that word, and it can be something like the or of or if, and you look at it like, what, how did I miss that? I know in your head you said it, but you didn't type it.
No. Hey, I know I have to slow down. Like last night, especially during volleyball, when things get going, I have to slow down. Break it down, slow it down, or else it's going to be just a bunch of letters, and it's going to come out Beethovisms. But it is, we have found this, and this is interesting, and this, I'm not trying to cut down fans or anything like that, or critics of what we do, but I have learned very quickly that they are critical of what we do and what we say and how we say it, especially in losses, especially in it comes out like fire. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
and they move on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we talked about that last week, after Friday night, down at HQ, we were all talking about it. And I said, right now is where you're going to start seeing, we're halfway through the season. Right now, there's teams that are good. There's teams that are kind of middle of the road, they're still trying to figure out who they are. And then there's teams that are bad. And when we're going to start hearing these people complain, it's going to be from these teams that are bad. That, unfortunately, they have a bad record. They're 1-something, they're 0-something, and they're getting beat. And now they want to complain about anything. Oh, those guys on the broadcast they weren't so nice to our team. But when you're getting beat 54-0, they really can't say a whole lot. They're going to talk about the team who scored 54.
Like if they have nice uniforms. Hey, look how sharp they look out there, though.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. Like for the rest of this year, the complaints are going to be from the team that is not having a good season, not winning the game. Those are the emails and text messages and Facebook posts and Twitters and all that other stuff that we're going to see. They're going to be like, these guys are they're homers. They're one-sided. And it's like,
I'll call my aunt out. She put a post out on Sunday that was, when are the Browns going to have anybody but C-level announcers? And I quickly posted, you had Tony Romo and you had Jim Nance. And she goes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Cool.
I think Tony Romo's good.
Tony Romo is one of the best in my opinion.
Jim
Absolutely.
He ain't no Gus Johnson. Let me tell you something. He ain't no Gus Johnson. But
Gus Johnson, in my opinion, if you had to pick out of the announcers right now, college, professional, whatever sport you want to call it, it's going to be Gus Johnson for me every time. That dude, he brings it every play.
I love Gus Johnson as well. You're not kidding. I mean, the enthusiasm is where he gets it, and that's the. But Jim Nance is. I mean, hello.
He's good.
He's very good.
He's the A-lister. He's it's Romo and Nance, and she's like.
Didn't they just do a Super Bowl together?
Oh yeah, that's their A team. The same way as Aikman and Buck, and I know how you feel about Joe Buck.
I just threw up.
He's still a phenomenal announcer in his own right. He really is. If you
That's
break it
an
down,
opinion.
I'm telling you, like just from an announcer's breakdown, from the way he does broadcasts, he is a high caliber announcer. Like very, very good.
That's just like Chris Collinsworth. Everybody always had. I mean, now I will say the majority of the posts that I see with Chris Collinsworth, they were Steelers fans. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is this: Chris Collinsworth, I've watched him for years, and I've seen so many people give this guy so much crap, and it's like I don't get it. I mean, I think he's so entertaining to watch, and I actually enjoy listening to the guy. I mean, the reason I think Romo is one of the best is Romo is a lot different than what people are used to. And as soon as Romo showed up, everybody just watched the NFL games and they would listen to these guys call the games. Well, then all of a sudden Romo sits down. Now he actually breaks down the play for everybody before it happens and tells you what everybody should be doing so it even makes it better. That's my opinion.
Now here's a guy.
Or this is my favorite. Every Sunday night. When he slides in next to the announcer, I laugh so hard every single. It's Al Michaels, right, on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Collinsworth's got to have some type of pull because he's got his son working for NBC now too.
Oh, he's got big pull. I mean,
his son's actually very entertaining to watch. Once he gets in the booth, you'll see what I'm talking about. But even him on the sidelines reporting, I like watching him too.
A couple more ice cream seasons, and you're not going to be able to tell them apart. A couple more cigars, really, by him, and you're not going to be able to tell him.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night when I was here for the soccer game. About I was talking with one of our coaches, and I said the Manning brothers were absolutely awesome on Monday night. I was like, that's where I watch the game now too. And we said Tony Romo, I mean, like when he sits there and talks about a play and says, okay, this, the XY double Z over, Rhino to this guy should be here. This guy's here. And this guy should be open. That's where the pass is going to go. And then it goes there and you're like, holy crap. And you have to laugh because you're like, wait a second. He's watching and has the ability to watch the same film as the defense does. How are they sitting there and letting it go when they're like, well, it's probably going to go right here. And it does. So, I mean, it's impressive.
I hate Kirk too. He's with Joe Buck in my mind.
Who?
Kirk Herbstreit.
Really?
What?
He's a scumbag.
Why?
Because
Why is he a scumbag?
He goes out of his way to dog Ohio State every chance he gets because he's a Buckeye. His Buckeye card's been revoked. Nobody even remembers him playing quarterback. He was trash. Done with him.
All right, I got to give you that. I can't really disagree with that because there's been a couple times where I'm like, Herb Street. I mean, I do like listening to guy, but when he gets on that Buckeye kick, I am like, hey, man, bro, didn't you used to play for these dudes?
He hates Ohio State. It's like he goes out of his way to dog Ohio State because everybody knows he was a Buckeye. You weren't good, okay? You're in the list of Buckeyes who, never made it. So just hand the ball off to Eddie George and all these great running backs we've had and shut up.
Did Joe Buck just become hated whenever it was Cleveland versus Chicago in the World Series? Because I think he
was hated before then. It got real bad. That was real bad.
And all it was about was Schwarber.
I think
he was basically handed him food service at night. Like he was just, here you go. Here you go. You need this, you need that, you need a towel. You need a towel after your shower.
I always thought Tim McCarver was worse though. When he used to do the games with Buck, I never really liked Tim McCarver because I thought he came off as kind of smug and talked down to the audience.
Well,
insulted the intelligence.
I'm going to point to this comment here by BMAC, and he says, the only bad thing about the Manning broadcast is when they have guests on, they tend to talk over each other because of the delay, but I take Manning broadcasts over regular ones all day. Now, here's what most people don't understand, and maybe they should over the last year and a half with Zoom. When we do this show, typically when we do this show, one of us is going to talk over the other ones because when you watch a professional broadcast, right, if you're listening to NBC, CBS, ABC, whatever it is, they have a producer in their ear telling them, okay, now
you're next. You're next.
They say Joe, Chris, whoever it is, Al, they talk. And they actually have people to their left, to their right that are spotting for them and telling them, let's say it's Manning to Harrison, 17-yard gain on the pass. Manning now has 128 on the day. And the announcer is taking that information, deciphering it, and then spitting it out. Whereas when we're on our broadcast,
we're doing all of it.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
It's chaos. Like even on these ones, there's nobody saying, okay, Billy, now you need to rebut this. I mean, all of these have producers, directors that are doing this. And people don't realize, YSN Live is live. And usually there's one or two announcers, and that is it. That's it. That's all you get. And, we are either, having people either keep stats for us, and then we get it maybe at halftime, maybe at the end of the game, or we don't get any stats at all because we're just doing play-by-play. So that's what I think is crazy is the expectation, and nobody knows what goes into an actual broadcast. There's, what do you think, 60, 70 people that go into like a Sunday night football game?
Oh, yeah. Huge.
And all of that. So, so when you're thinking about that, BMAC, they're not doing that on purpose. It's because nobody's telling them what to say and when to say it.
And they're just learning it too. Like they're just figuring it out. So I would imagine next year they'll fix those issues and then there'll be a guy telling them, hey, here's how we want it to kind of roll.
Well, next year, let's hope they replace Eli with Cooper. Because, like we were talking about the other day, Eli's a cool dude. I mean, I've always liked him. But, again, the personality of a rock. You got Peyton Manning, who is one of the most entertaining faces that you're ever going to get out of the NFL. Cooper, and, again, watching them together on their show, the College Bowl, if they bring Cooper in to do that same broadcast with Peyton next year, I wouldn't be surprised if those ratings start to outweigh the regular broadcast.
The one I want to see is the Barstool Bowl game. I want to see how that goes. And I think I'm going to be real excited just to watch it because it's Barstool.
I think we have to have it here. You know what I mean? And we can analyze it, actually watch the game. But I'm excited because, I've always said that we're halfway between Barstool and an ESPN, right? We're not as edgy as Barstool and we're not as professional as ESPN. We're caught up somewhere in the middle, which I'm okay with. To me, that makes us our own entity. But I want to see how they do a broadcast because I think if they push it too much, I think it's going to go bad for them.
I don't want them to be ESPN or Fox. I want them to be Barstool. Like, so I'm not expecting this super. I don't want you to put millions of dollars into it in production. Like, I want you to be Barstool.
Yeah.
If it's anything like their Rough and Rowdy, I'm going to be excited. Like.
Hey, we could get edgy as Barstool if you wanted to. Just saying.
I think we just lost one sponsor right now.
Like, what's that dude still doing there?
Did you guys hear that? Our sponsors falling off the board.
Yeah.
No, I think we're in a good place. I mean, again, like we talked about, it's completely open. We're not trying to hide anything. We're as transparent as anybody else, I think. And sometimes we make mistakes and we get our hands slapped a little bit, and we sit there and we go, okay, what's the best decision for us? We make it as a group. And then we move forward. So, we were getting a little bit too rowdy, I think, on some of these shows, and we're scaling it back. We're still keeping it real, but we're scaling it back using more educated words and keeping things still 100 for everybody at home. So, with that said, gentlemen, you know what today is? It is Wednesday, which means it is NFL Pick'em Day. Paul, would you like to lead us off in your high caliber spreadsheet that you're keeping track of all of our scores?
Ready to go with the driver's seat. And just a note I want to put on announcers. The one guy who I think is a complete scumbag is Jim Gray. I think Jim Gray's a scumbag.
Oh, yeah.
I've never liked him, and he was always bland to me. And then when he did that crap with Pete Rose when they had like the top 50 baseball players of all time, I mean, if I saw that guy on fire, I'd pour more gas on him. Like, it was just
that escalated quickly.
Scumbag central, man.
Damn.
Don't trash Pete Rose, period. End of story.
Wasn't Jim Gray the guy that basically was supposed to be reporting the news, yet always was trying to make the news by reporting it? Like, he was the LeBron guy, right? When he did that.
Yeah, he was LeBron.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of? When I was a kid, I used to really like, people made fun of him a lot, but I used to like Madden and Summer.
No! Tough acting. It's been acting.
I was never a Madden guy.
I thought he was entertaining. I loved watching Madden. Just the way he'd ramble and just keep going back and forth and drawing on the TV, basically just. And every time he chuckled, he felt the whole stadium like vibrate a little bit. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, you had a very smart coach in there trying to break down a broadcast, and then and Scotty, who was his partner? It was Pat Summerall, who was half in the bag. I mean, Pat Summerall was loaded, and then you got Madden over there. So you got a drunk and you had Madden. So you put those two together, all hell was breaking loose in that.
It was like a week ago. Frank Caliendo did a Pat Summerall and Madden skit, and it's amazing.
Oh, we got Montana on the 16-yard line.
Yeah. And they're going to be going in. What do you got there, John? Whoa.
All right, let's get to these games before we don't get to these games.
All right, here we go. Game 1 tomorrow, Carolina at Texas, or the Texans, sorry. And 7.5. Carolina's getting 7.5. Scotty, who do you like?
Well, me and DJ went back and forth a lot today, and just because I feel like Carolina, because of McCaffrey, and Mills probably playing quarterback for the Texans, I feel like Carolina wins it, but I don't feel like they cover. I think the Texans are a little better than people think. So give me Carolina with a win outright, but Houston the cover.
Okay, so you got to take the Texans because you're giving up the points and you don't think they'll cover it. All right, DJ, who do you like?
I'm going to take the Texans. I think they, with a third-string quarterback, they still gave the Browns and broke the spread. So give me the Texans, please, and thank you.
Billy.
Carolina, the top 5 defense, an 8th-string quarterback nobody's ever heard of. So Carolina with the points. Against the points.
Rob?
I'm following him. Carolina's defense is looking very good right now, so I got to get them to cover because Houston, they're not playing the Browns defense. They're playing the Panthers defense this week.
Good point.
All right. So EB and Sigler both took Carolina. So did Coach. I'm going to take him as well. So we are on to our next game, and that is Washington at Buffalo. Washington getting 9. Rob, what do you like?
Our spreads are off here.
I'm kind of going back and forth with that because if you see Buffalo week 1, then you see in week 2. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice, and I'm actually going to – and I'm kind of concerned too because Washington's quarterback, he's looking very good for where he's at in that team right now. So I'm actually – where'd you say the game is at? I'm sorry.
Buffalo.
I'm going to take Buffalo.
All right. Matt took Buffalo. Sigler, EB both took Buffalo. Yeah, I mean – 9's tough, but I think Buffalo's got it, especially at home.
I got it down at 7.5, Paul.
I mean, I put these spreads in from, I think it was either yesterday or Monday, so I just put them in when it was. So lines may have moved a little bit, but that's what I got.
All the way up to game time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and even after I found out, which is crazy.
Billy.
I'm taking the Redskins and their defense. Give me the 9 points.
Wow.
All right. Scotty?
I think I like Heineke a lot for Washington, but I think that defense is a little overrated. I mean, Danny Dimes was carving them up. So I like Buffalo at home.
All right. Deech?
Yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo as well. I don't think they're winning, or I don't think they're losing back-to-back games at home.
All right, a game a couple of you guys are interested in. Chicago traveling to Cleveland. Cleveland giving up 7.5. DJ, who do you like here? Reverse skate.
Justin Fields making his first NFL start in Cleveland. I'm taking the Bears.
The Bears. Scotty?
I got to just for today, with everything that's happened today, I got to go Browns. Baker cooks up a big win.
Billy?
Yeah, Baker hands the ball off to Nick Chubb, and they get a dub. Go the Browns.
Covering the point spread. What do you got, Rob?
What did you say the points were?
7.5.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think Justin maybe would have looked a tiny bit better when he came in the other day. But I wasn't terribly impressed yet, so we'll see what happens. But I really think Cleveland shows up this week with the point spread, so I'm going to take the Browns.
Yeah, I think so as well. I like him covering the 7.5. So Matt took Cleveland, Siggs and EB took Cleveland as well.
I will say Cleveland has struggled against mobile quarterbacks so far this year.
Not to mention the fact their defensive line is not playing the way they should right now.
Baltimore going to Detroit, and Detroit's getting 8.5. Listen, Detroit's been up and down. You know, they've made some games look interesting, and then they get just crushed in another one. I mean, Baltimore their offense is good, so I like Baltimore in this one. Rob?
I'm gonna follow suit. I think Detroit. I just think it should be a roll. Pick against them every time.
Rob, or I'm sorry, Billy.
Ravens.
Scotty?
The Lions are, I mean, they're just awful. Ravens.
I'm going Lions, man. I'm
Ooh.
going 8.5. That's a lot of points. And let's remember that there's 17 guys or something crazy on the IR for the Ravens. Will they win this game? Yes. Will they win by 8.5? I'm not guaranteeing that.
Wait, do you get to do the howl now?
No, because Sigler picked Detroit as well, and EB and Matt both took Baltimore. So we are on to the Colts traveling to the Titans, and the Colts are getting 5.
This one hasn't moved at all. I'm going to go Titans. I mean, King Henry has returned.
Oh.
Scotty?
Is Carson Wentz, I mean, is he ever healthy? I mean, is he even going to play? I got to go Titans. The Colts just seem like a mess right now.
Man, you talk about the Colts coming from being potential, Super Bowl bound to. What are they going to be, 1-2 if they lose this game?
They're going to be 0-3 if they lose this game.
Or 0-3? Man, playoffs are going to be not looking good for the Colts. Titans.
Is this real? Does he have 2 sprained ankles?
Yes.
Jeez,
how does that happen?
On the same play.
His name should be Carson Glass.
Rob, what do you like?
Oh, I just can't wait to see the next stiff arm from King Henry. I love watching that man play football. We're going with the Titans.
Everybody but EB took Tennessee. EB likes the Colts getting 5 on the road.
And it wouldn't surprise me if the Colts won this game. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
The Chargers, AFC West battle, traveling to Kansas City, getting 6.5. Kansas City's giving up just under a touchdown to the Chargers. Listen, Kansas City's – they're another team out there that's just rolling. They had that one little slip up, but, I mean, I like the Chiefs in this one. They're at home. They're going to beat them by more than a touchdown. Rob?
Kansas City is a play away from being 0-2. I mean, come on. So I'm not saying that they can't go out there and beat the crap out of the Chargers. I'm just saying, I really do think this game's going to be very good. But if I'm picking and I'm putting money on it, I got to go with the Chiefs.
Chiefs haven't blown anybody out yet, and their defense has given up 30 points at least every game. So I'm going to go Chargers with the points, thinking it's going to be close.
Scotty?
Me and Billy Mack agree for once. I go Chargers to cover, Chiefs to win it, outright. But Chargers cover with the points.
No running game to speak of for the Chargers that I know about that's regular. The Chiefs, if you're going to beat them, you're going to beat them with the run. Justin Herbert's a good quarterback, but he's not that good to keep up with Patrick Mahomes. Give me the Chiefs, and they're going to win by 20.
Ooh.
Man, what?
Wow.
I was about to say, let me predict a field goal. Jeez, oh, peace.
Saints traveling up the East Coast, going to New England. Saints are getting 3.5.
Listen, I don't know either of these teams. They could either be really good or really bad. This point spread is perfect because the home team gets 3, and that's New England. And
which means they only like the home team a little bit more by giving them that half.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think it's going to be the Patriots. Yeah, I'm going to go Patriots.
Scotty?
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, Jameis going against Bill Belichick-led defense, I think it'll confuse them. I think it'll make mistakes. I like the Pats with getting the points.
This is like a perfect example of don't do drugs, stay in school. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Pats, this is a statement game. I think this game projects them going towards maybe fighting for a playoff spot. So I think this is a big win for them.
Rob?
Let's make this guy bigger.
Patriots are going to be 2-1 after this game, and we're going to go ahead and let them cover the points as well.
Wow, this is going to be a sweep. Everybody's liking New England in this game, so I'll go with them as well. Hotlanta traveling to New York to take on the Giants. The Giants are giving up 3.5. Man,
2 suck-ass teams.
Yeah, I mean, two teams that are just like hot garbage right now. But I mean, the Giants are getting points and they're at home, so that's not saying an awful lot. But I like Atlanta here. I'm going to go with Atlanta. Rob?
Somebody told me that this was the only football game that I was allowed to watch this weekend. My weekend would be ruined. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Giants and then for them to cover too.
Billy?
I mean, if you went to Ursuline, you'd probably learn how to spell Ursuline, for one. I'm going to go Atlanta. Their offense is just too talented to just play this bad, so they got to figure it out at some point.
Scotty.
Yeah, I'm going Atlanta too. The Giants, they just always they always shit the bed, man. So I'm going with the Falcons.
Deej? Yeah. I mean, the home team usually gives up 3. They're getting 3.
Falcons. How long can Pitts not be a high caliber player in this league? I mean, what a waste of talent if that's the case.
It's not even necessary. They got Ridley is a bona fide stud too. They got weapons.
Like, Matt Ryan's not that bad of a quarterback. I refuse to believe that he is. He was a top 10 at one point in this league. What the hell?
He won an MVP.
Just like Baker, top 10.
Oh my
Here
God.
we go. Scotty, I thought you listed 12 quarterbacks that were better than Baker Mayfield.
Scotty, did you see my stat
Yeah,
today the other day
3 of
about
them I
Baker?
didn't agree with, so Baker's still a top 10.
We'll get to that in a little bit. Paul, keep rolling.
Yeah. So let's see here. Our next game is Cincinnati going to the Berg. And Cincinnati getting 4.5.
See, it's down to 3 now, which tells me that somebody significant is not going to play for Pittsburgh. So
what do you got here?
I'm going to go Pittsburgh, hands down.
Okay. Pitt covering the 4.5.
Yeah.
All right. Scotty?
I don't know how much longer Ben's gonna last. He might call me up and need one of these chairs soon. So I'm gonna go with Cincy.
All right. Billy?
I mean, the Bengals are coming. They're just not ready yet. I actually like the Steelers big. I think the Steelers put it together this week, and they put a hurting on Cincinnati.
Rob?
I'm going to go quite the opposite, actually. After that game last week, Roethlisberger looked like he was just in dire need of physical therapy and mental therapy. So I think Pittsburgh edges them out, but I'm going to go with Cincy covering.
So EB took Cincinnati. Siggs took Pittsburgh. Matt took Pittsburgh. Oh, man, this is – I don't know. I think I'm going to call for the upset here, too. I think Cincy comes into town and pulls one out here.
Plus, I need Pittsburgh to have a lot of wins by the time we play them, because I don't want to hear this we're 3-6 type of crap and we beat them. Like, I need Pittsburgh to be good when we play them.
Arizona traveling to Jacksonville. Jacksonville at home getting 7.5. Is anybody going to take the Jaguars?
I mean, Jaguars could have 20, and I still think they lose.
Yeah. Scotty?
Dumpster fire. Give me the Cards.
Rob?
I'll repeat what he just said. Dumpster fire.
Yeah.
We're going with the Cards.
And DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a clean sweep there. The Dolphins traveling to Sin City to take on the Raiders. Dolphins are getting 3.5. When I got this line, it was obviously before they announced that Tua was out. So it might have. I don't know what you see it at right now, DJ, but
4. It's a
4.
So it didn't
So
fluctuate that much.
it moved a half point. So, listen, of course I like the Raiders. So, no doubt about it there. DJ?
The Raiders.
Man, the Raiders got a cupcake schedule so far this year. Yeah, Raiders.
Scotty?
The Raiders the last few years, they always start the season looking really good. I think they're going to keep it rolling. I go Raiders soon.
When did the Steelers play the Texans? That's all I want to know. Because apparently they're a top caliber NFL team, what I heard today.
I never said that. I just said they're not as bad as you think.
They're not as bad as we
They're
think.
bad. They're so bad. Like the Texans are so bad.
They have a win, don't they?
Over
That's
Jacksonville,
the
Scotty.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
AKA dumpster fire.
Still an NFL team, right?
No.
You just called them a dumpster fire. You just called them a dumpster fire,
Hey,
and now they're an NFL team.
Scotty, it's good to know that the chair still goes backward and forward because you're just all over the place on this.
No, listen, they're a little less of a dumpster fire than Jacksonville is, so they're not as bad as the dumpster fire.
They're a trash can fire. We got it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what
All right. Talk about dumpster fires. The
Hey,
Jets.
did you get my pick?
Yeah, you picked the Raiders.
I didn't say anything about the Raiders yet.
Oh my God. All right. Who you picking?
Well, the only reason I stopped you is because I found myself, here's the deal. You have your fans, then you have your annoying fans. I find myself, like, for example, I can't stand the Cowboys right now because of one person in an NFL group that I'm in, because of the way they run their mouth. Then I go to the other side. I have certain friends that are not annoying fans, hence Paul Munson. He's a Raiders fan. So I find myself, on top of already loving the hell out of Chucky, watching David Carr, what he's doing, watching that defense. So I'm going to support your team and pick him to cover, and I don't care what the spread is.
I appreciate that, Rob. Thank you very much.
Wait, so he's not an annoying fan?
Paul, I will tell you right now, in my opinion, Paul is not an annoying fan. Periodically, once in a while, you'll hear him kind of like go up the river the wrong way on Florida State. But when it comes to the Raiders, no.
Just wait. If the Raiders beat Cleveland, I'm sure you'll be receiving a text message with some Raider stuff.
Yeah. Listen, it only gets to happen, every now and then. So I took care of some of the Steeler fans. Cleveland, you're coming in December. We'll see. And that game's at Cleveland too. I had a chance to go to that, but it's going to be cold as crap. So
just make sure you answer your phone.
I will. Don't worry. I got no problem taking the heat.
Answer your phone. You better answer your front door, brother.
So the Jets flying into Mile High, going to Denver. The Jets are getting 10.5.
Denver. Might as well be 1,000.
And I normally, where I'm always at with the 10-point spread. I'm always going with the underdog, but not in this case. The Jets stank.
Yeah.
Did you seriously have 4 interceptions last week?
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
Rob?
I honestly still feel bad for Zach Wilson and that press conference after the game. I mean, I just do. But, yeah, I mean, geez, that team is horrible.
Paul,
what did he say?
They asked the media asked him, like, hey, are you still seeing ghosts after that game?
Yeah.
So you like Denver giving up 10.5?
Yeah, I mean, 10.5 seems like a lot of points for any team right now, but yeah, we're going Denver.
Scotty.
Denver.
Everybody took Denver except for Matt. Matt likes the Jets getting 10.5. So Tampa Bay is going to L.A. No, yeah, L.A., right?
Yep.
Yeah. Take on the Rams.
This one's wild.
This was a pick'em for the longest time, and it actually moved to 1 point.
1.5 now.
Okay, Tampa Bay is getting 1 point.
They're getting a point?
Yes, basically it's a pick'em game. It started off as a pick'em game, and it's moved from 1 point on Monday to 1.5 points today. So it's a 1 point game. Basically, it's a pick'em. Who do you like in this game? Start us off, Rob.
I'll tell you what, like I was talking about Stafford the other day, I am very happy where he's at in that position in that team. I think it's a great fit. You're going to see some good things come out of the Rams. I'm not a Rams fan by any means whatsoever. I am a Tom Brady fan. So wherever he goes, I've always been rooting for that guy. The more hate he gets, the more I root for him. So I'm definitely going to go with the Bucs on this one.
Billy.
NFC Championship matchup.
I think this is one of those games where like the Rams almost have to win this game, right, to solidify themselves as a true contender. So I'm going to pick them. And for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, they don't care if they win this game. And then they're going to go out there and win it. But if they lose it, they'll go back to business on Monday. It'll be a huge win for the Rams.
That's a good point.
Scotty.
Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford. I think the GOAT is obviously going to be the difference. So give me Tampa.
Deej?
I'm gonna go the Rams. I like Billy's strategy there. The Bucks don't necessarily need to win this game. I don't think the Rams necessarily do either. But the NFC West has been really good. But I'm also looking at Coach Seidel's comment saying he took the Jets because he saw the line was 14.5.
Hey,
but
he can change it. It's 10.5, not 14.5.
Doesn't, but it could be 30.
yeah, I'll take the Rams, and I just think because SoFi. But the only thing in the back of my mind, guys, is the fact that Tom Brady was supposed to be a Ram. Like the Rams were coming after Tom Brady to open up that stadium, and there's a lot of people that think that if COVID never happened, that he might be an LA Ram right now. But I'm still going to take the Rams.
Still, I think this is one of the best games we're going to watch for a while myself.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch that Jets game.
I like the Rams here as well. I like them at home. I mean, like I said, basically it's a coin flip game. So, now he wants Denver. All right, I'll give him Denver. I like them, in their home stadium, even though it's Tampa, Tom. And listen, I might be an idiot, but I didn't realize. I just realized that earlier today when I was typing stuff in. Tampa Bay abbreviated to TB, Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't know where I've been on that. I'm serious. I just didn't pay attention to that. I mean,
I just did flip a coin, by the way, and according to my quarter, Tampa Bay will win.
Yeah, I gotta get through these last two because I gotta hop off at 4.
All right, so you have Seattle going to Minnesota, and Minnesota is getting 1.5. Who do you like, DJ?
I like Seattle.
Scotty?
The Vikings just always seem to find a way to lose, so I'm going with Seattle and Russell Wilson.
Rob?
I think Minnesota gets the first win and they cover.
Billy?
Would you say the spread?
The same.
1.5.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I think
Vikings.
the same. Vikings.
You like the Vikings as well? I think Dalvin Cook has a big game here in this one, and he picks it up. Watch him be out or something. So I'm going to take Minnesota. Green Bay, San Francisco, at San Francisco. Green Bay getting 3.5.
Frisco.
Billy?
You said Green Bay's getting 3.5?
Yep.
Packers.
Yeah.
Get out! Get out!
What'd you say?
That's his girlfriend. She's a San Francisco fan.
Reigning, defending MVP.
No, Rob, who do you like?
This has always been a great game for how many years now? Ever since Owens pulled that catch. But I'm going to have to go with 49ers on this one.
Scotty?
I think it's going to be really close. The Niners have some key injuries already. I think you never know what you're going to get from Aaron Rodgers some of these early games, but I like the Packers here. Just have a feeling. Give me the Pack.
And DJ, you said you like San Francisco? Yep. I as well. All right, last game, Monday night. NFC East battle, which that division's always been crappy. Philadelphia at Dallas. Philadelphia getting 4.
I'm on the Billy bandwagon. The Cowboys are for real. Give me the Stars.
Cowboys.
Scotty?
Yeah, I like the boys. They could easily be 2-0, so give me America's team.
Roberto?
Remember what I said about the other game ruining my weekend if I had to watch it? If I had to watch that game and this game, my weekend would be ruined, and then I'd shoot myself in the face. But I'm picking the Cowboys.
Well, this is the Monday night game, so it's the only game on. So
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, I like the Cowboys as well. The only person to take Philly was Matt. Matt liked them, giving up 4. So that's it. Hey guys, shut the door, please. All right, that's all of our games. Hit the spark.
Hang on, let's quickly get through this. Where's it at? Where's the damn thing at? Come on. can't. Billy, you see it? I don't see it. Here, I got it. Joe Dick Electric, what's your spark? Let's get out of this real quick. And it is today. My spark is a positive one. Got a text message last night about 8:30 from a student athlete who just it's on my social media page. Just very, very grateful about what we did at YSN, what we do at YSN, and said that we played an intricate role in him getting recruited to play baseball at the next level. I got choked up when I saw it, man. It's not something we necessarily set out to do, but it's become that over time, and that's when you get stuff like that, it just hits a little bit harder. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the support. I didn't expect to get all that kind of love on Facebook either. So thank you for everybody for believing in what we do on a daily basis. It's good to know that there's people that do care out there, and it's not just from the internal; it's from the external as well. Paul.
Yeah, mine's a negative spark, and mine is people who commit to do stuff, and then when I find out either that it's a little too hard or it's just like inconvenient for them, they just back out and they're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah, that's kind of stuff that pisses me off. So that's my negative spark today. Billy,
positive spark. My mom got out of the hospital today or yesterday, so she's starting to get a little better. So
good. That's good to hear. Good. Rob, what do you got?
All right, so I've been trying to live by this mantra lately. I'm really trying. I really am. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do thingy do's. But just a reminder for everyone out there, regardless if you're in traffic or if you're in a restaurant or if you're in line at a Family Dollar or whatever, if you run into any kind of negativity or if you got something to say about somebody, just always remember this. You do not know what that person is going through that day. So at least try and take the better road and just be kind.
Scotty.
Got one quick positive and one negative. My positive is being here. Just love being here every chance I get and being part of the YSN team. My negative is, the Brown Stadium was loud Sunday, but I feel like it wasn't loud enough. We could be louder, and near or atop the Chiefs level was one of the loudest crowds in the league. So the Browns fans need to be louder at the games. That's my negative. But I'm done. I'm good.
All right. Well, another great show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you share and like us on Facebook and all the other social media outlets. Love everybody. Billy, fly the flag.